Oh, good morning. Welcome to Laguna Seca. You can see this morning that we've got this rolling fog. Everything's been delayed by about an hour and a half this morning, so we're trying to compact everything in. We've got drivers briefing in 5 minutes and the race in just over an hour and a half's time. It makes it very, very interesting, and if you pan around, as you go up the hill, it's almost like driving in the rain, because the vortex from the rear wing separates the fog and then pulls it back down. So if you're a second or third car, it makes life really interesting. Enjoy it. It should be a great race today, and we'll see you later.
As the race organisers wait for the fog to clear, the new champion is enjoying the limelight. Nigel's very proud of his latest unique achievement. Indy fans have taken him to their hearts.
This last couple of weeks has just been a little bit of a fairy tale from the standpoint of being, up until last weekend, being the current Formula 1 World Champion and the IndyCar World Champion. That's never been done in history before. I think the thing that has astonished me is having won the world title last year. There's a lot of people excited, and we had a lot of congratulatory faxes, telegrams and phone calls. But I have to admit, with a nice smile on my face, that the response has surpassed what happened last year.
Today's course, 84 laps of a very tough, very quick road circuit. Yet another battle with the Penske team for Nigel. It's been the same all season, and they've all loved it.
The one I most enjoyed was Cleveland. See, that was incredible dash with Nigel, and for second place. It was not for the lead, but I never had in my racing career dash as close as that, and I think it was just beautiful. I was enjoying so much. I'm sure Nigel was enjoying.
Well, you know, I'd like to win the race and just try to consolidate third place in the championship, and hopefully we can win the race with Ty Mansell for wins this year, 5 apiece. So that's a goal for tomorrow, but you know, if we can't win, then just try to consolidate third.
The field under the control of the pole sitter, Emerson Fittipaldi, his teammate alongside. Nigel Mansell and Danny Sullivan closing up just behind there is the green flag at the start-finish line, and here we go. Through the first set of turns. A complete turn back now, taking a look back from Nigel's car as Goodyear, Sullivan, and Lyondike in the fight. Sullivan and Lyondike side by side there. Mario Andretti comes in behind.
Great start by Sullivan, but a tremendous start by Paul Tracy. He got just a half a car length on Emerson, and he began to move down. Emerson backed off, and Tracy had the line. There's Johansson.
Johansson in the field right behind Mario Andretti. The car running fine to this point. We'll definitely keep an eye on that for you. At the front of the field, it is Paul Tracy, then his teammate Emerson Fittipaldi. We look at the rest of the field as they come up the hill through turn 5. They come now all the way to the top of the hill. And Paul Tracy makes his first pass down through the corkscrew.
There's no doubt Tracy was disappointed after qualifying. He was in P1, position 1, until Emerson, on the very last pass of the checkered flag, grabbed away that pole position from the young star in Penske's stable.
Coming around to the completion of the first of 84 laps, 186 miles. Paul Tracy, there is Fittipaldi, and look at the contrails with the heavy humidity come off of the rear wing surface of his car as he turns down into the corner.
Testing is so vital. Emerson was the one that came here. Oh, look at Tracy, gets the wheels off on the outside. That's the dust and the sand that we spoke about earlier. But Johansson claws his way past Mario.
Exactly what you suggested at the starting, Derek, is when they kick off the course like that, it sprays everybody behind him. Wasn't a factor, though, in Johansson getting past Mario.
No, it wasn't. Johansson already made the pass, under-braking down into turn 2. Turn 1 is the little kink at the top of the pit straight, and that very tight left-hander is what we call turn 2. You can hear Mansell grab those gears all the way down through the gearbox to third gear. Third gear might sound a bit high, but remember they use 6-speed gearboxes here. So third gear, in fact, is like a first or a second gear of years past. And of course, these engines pulls so well from down low in the rev range, you actually can use a higher gear than you could use, say, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago.
Mansell 6 has ground to make up now, but very soon the challenge will come from Bobby Rahal, a 4-time winner on this course, who closes in now just behind Mansell. Here's the view from his car as they went into the last corner. Watch the wing.
Now what happened here? He turns in. Oh, I see what happened.
Oh, it didn't come off accidentally.
That's what it was. Mansell did a rodeo ride up over the top of Scott Sharp's car. Wasn't able to make the pass. Wheels contacted. I wonder, is Mansell's right front suspension now broken? Here it is again. It's under braking for turn 11, the slowest corner on the racetrack. Makes a commitment down the inside. Doesn't get close enough. Scott Sharp turns in, doesn't see Mansell. Up over the top, knocks the rear wing off, loses a couple of positions himself, and sends Scott Sharp back to Tony Bettenhausen for hopefully a spare rear wing, and he can continue.
One incredibly lucky man, I would say, Nigel Mansell. That could have flipped the car right through the air.
Behind Mark Smith, moves aside, Mark moves to the left, Mansell goes through. I'm looking to see, is there any damage on Mansell's car on that right front wing? I don't see anything, so it looks like it was literally just a suspension wheel-to-wheel contact, and we presume nothing is bent.
Take a look at this onboard camera. We can study the suspension parts. They all look straight. Now, despite that contact, it looks like he's gotten away with it. 14 laps to go for the 1993 PPG IndyCar World Series. If those belts are very loose, it doesn't seem that Paul Tracy is beginning to show it. He's actually been inspired by the presence of Fittipaldi just behind him and has been pulling away.
I mentioned 6-point harnesses. There are 2 around his waist, 2 around his legs, and 2 over his shoulders. But the one buckle holds everything together. When you release it, everything suddenly releases.
So for the moment, this fight for the lead is broken off. There are no other fights in the field. It remains static. Car off in the turn 2 as it slides off the edge of the course. We can't see who that is.
Well, there you have the end of the 1993 PPG World Series, and what an eventful race that was. We had lots of comings together with back markers. Unfortunately for me, I came together with Mark Smith at the end of the straight, and my wrist got whiplash. It's badly sprained and it could be broken, but I'm still smiling. We won the championship. It's a bit unfortunate. Emerson Fittipaldi had a close one too when he was overtaking Hiro Mashuta. And what can I say except stay with us and look back over the season and see how it's all gone.